Hey folks, I'm Will. This is Our UFO and ET continuum. What I just showed you is one of three objects that showed up in my very first video record this morning, February 24th, within about a 4-minute period of the start of the record. So this is about 4:18 in the morning. Nothing on FlightAware, certainly nothing on the satellite tracker, and I'll show you that data later. But this is actually the very first object that appeared. This is in a different part of the screen as the one you just saw. There are some secondary lights around it. Just do a contrast adjust here, you can see the same thing. It appears to be some type of craft, but hard to say. Second object, I'm going to go ahead and say it's a satellite. It comes from the very bottom of the screen. This is about 20 seconds after what you just saw, all the way to the top of the screen. It appears to be pretty slow. And I'm going to throw the satellite data up there. It doesn't appear on the satellite tracker. However, it really, for the most part, acts like a satellite, looks like a satellite. I'm going to go ahead and call it a satellite, but it's an interesting vector that it's on, as I'll show you in a second here. We'll just let this run a little bit longer. It's fairly mundane, with one small exception. Now the third object, you already saw part of that at the beginning there. I would guess is a brighter display, something closer to me than what the first object you saw was. And I've recorded this before and I've seen this before. There's no secondary lights involved in this object at all. It is simply one, what appears to be a spotlight sweeping across the sky. Maybe there was something up there in the upper left, hard to say. Okay, so let's look at the raw footage. Here's where the first object is. You saw the red dot. It's going to be very quick. This is going to be real time. Now in about 15 seconds, it's very faint. This is raw footage, of course. That is the vector of the satellite. You're going to see that start creeping up, and you'll probably see it when it gets closer to that star. But before that happens, up towards the middle at top, we're going to see the bigger spotlight. Coming in right here and right now. And there he is. Now, I put the satellite vector back up there, the satellite that's not supposed to be on in the sky according to my software, because it comes within pixels of where that flash just occurred. The satellite itself just is crossing that star down below. So it's got quite a ways to go. But it heads in a straight line. I've charted it all the way across. And we're not going to have any other anomalies or flashes or blinks or anything out of the usual for the rest of the run here. Now this spot, I've called this a spotlight UFO because I don't know what else to call it. It certainly seems to be a physical craft. It seems mechanical in nature because it does seem to sweep. It's not, you know, flashing bit of plasma or whatever, but I'm going to throw a few screenshots, and these are, with the exception of the satellite close-up, it's all raw footage I showed you today. I was just talking to a friend of mine over the weekend about activity in our areas speeding up and slowing down, and I said I really didn't know about my activity because I had been clouded in for the most part since November. This is the third time I've been able to shoot since the start of the year, and I was really glad to be out there. It was not too cold. I did not witness these objects. As you know, in the wintertime I shoot a lot of unmanned footage where my camera is out there in a heater rolling, and I review the footage later. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to go ahead and run the slow motion of the third object one more time because I think it's pretty darn cool. You guys take care of each other. Have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed this. We'll be talking soon, I'm sure.